Gyan Chand serves as a priest in Udaipur, a role that traditionally demands piety and self-denial. However, his private life revolves around an obsessive accumulation of gold, hiding a predatory greed behind a mask of religious devotion. The breaking point occurs when a wealthy merchant offers a massive donation of gold and silver to the temple. Rather than securing it for the community, Gyan Chand steals the coins and flees into the jungle with his wife, prioritizing immediate wealth over his duty and safety. Their flight is reckless. Seeking shelter from the elements, they settle into a bone-littered hut deep in the brush, ignoring the obvious signs of a predator. They have unwittingly occupied the lair of a Narabakshi, a man-eating demon. This sequence illustrates the mechanics of a psychological trap. When a person becomes hyper-focused on acquisition, they develop a cognitive blind spot. They lose the ability to calculate risk, lurching into a catastrophe that was visible to everyone but themselves. Greed overrides the biological drive for self-preservation. By chasing the coins, Gyan Chand dismantled his own defenses, walking into a survival situation he was completely unprepared to handle. When the monster corners them, Gyan Chand defaults to a cowardly bargain. He offers to hunt animal meat to satisfy the demon's hunger, leaving his wife behind as a hostage while he retreats into the forest. He returns with the carcass of a bear cub, but he is too late. The demon has already consumed his wife, leaving nothing but scattered remains on the floor of the hut. Gyan Chand has no physical or magical recourse against a creature of this scale. He is trapped in a vacuum created by his own choices, forced to face the reality that his greed has stripped him of everything he valued. His only path forward lies with Sage Devraj, a powerful ascetic rumored to live in a hidden cave. It is the only place where the laws of life and death might be negotiable. When a disaster is self-inflicted, the standard tools of the ego are useless. Reversing the damage requires a total shift in perception and the acquisition of a completely different intellectual toolkit. Garudraj, a divine eagle, intervenes before Gyan Chand can succumb to despair. He provides a single glowing radiant feather and points the way toward the sage's mountain, offering a glimmer of direction in the aftermath of the tragedy. Reaching the sage requires the cultivation of buddhi, or refined intellect. This is the antithesis of Gyan Chand's previous nature. It demands deliberate reasoning rather than impulsive, selfish reaction. The first trial appears as a demonic baboon guarding a fork in the cave. Gyan Chand is presented with two options: a path bathed in brilliant, blinding light, and a path of heavy shadows illuminated only by flickering torches. Gyan Chand reasons that the obvious, easy route of the light is a distraction. He concludes that true insight is earned by navigating through the difficult and the unknown, and he commits to the dark path. Further in, he is blocked by a massive stone slab. Brute force is useless against a barrier of this magnitude. Instead of pushing, he observes. He notices a feather-shaped indentation etched into the rock. When he aligns the divine feather with the marking, the stone responds to the proximity of the artifact and recedes, clearing the way. These trials demonstrate a core shift in his behavior. He is no longer reacting to what he wants. He is analyzing the environment and applying logic to overcome obstacles that previously would have defeated him. Gyan Chand finds Sage Devraj in deep meditation. The sage agrees to assist, but only if Gyan Chand can solve two philosophical riddles that define the human condition. The first riddle asks which force exerts more power over a human life, fate or intellect? Gyan Chand argues for intellect. While fate sets a rigid course toward ruin, logic allows for a pivot to bypass an otherwise certain end. The second riddle, what is the supreme driving force? He correctly identifies Asha, hope. He reasons that while physical needs are undeniably powerful, hope is the only force capable of sustaining a person when needs are unfulfilled. It is the fuel that allows the mind to function in conditions that should otherwise lead to total collapse. Intellect provides the map to escape a crisis, but hope is the engine required to actually traverse that terrain. One identifies the path, the other provides the endurance to walk it. Having proven his internal transformation, Gyan Chand is granted a vial of Amrit. This elixir is the physical proof that he has integrated the lessons of the sage. Returning to the jungle, Gyan Chand no longer hides. He uses the elixir to blind the Narabakshi, and the demon dissolves into ash. He replaced his initial cowardice with a calculated defense. Using the remaining drops on his wife's remains, the resurrection is completed, and so the self-inflicted cycle of death is finally broken. This resolution is more than a physical rescue. By destroying the demon, Gyanchand has effectively purged the external manifestation of his own past greed. Our worst impulses will eventually attract real-world consequences. However, we are not bound by those mistakes. By combining the navigational power of intellect with the endurance of hope, it is possible to rewrite a path that seemed destined for ruin.